They're disgusting. I'm every poison and my molecules of every fun shape that will destroy every zombie. Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie, 505 Northeast 70th Street, Seattle, Washington, 98115. And I'd like to point out that, well, this is Green Lake Plaza Apartments, in case you're wondering, but this is a closet crawl space. I've talked about it before, but there was a genocide in Washington, 31 million people in 20 years destroyed. And they primarily destroyed white, Semite, and warm-skinned European. And it's cold in here. I have the windows open, and I'm going to leave soon. And this is my security camera. I'm having a bit of breakfast. And everybody in Washington is a cannibal zombie Satanist gang member. There is nobody left. Oh, there's a bum telling all he has to do is push his way in. Sounds like Christine Carr is here. The black, ugly male that looks like a jack-o'-lantern that has a mother with a bent gait is one of the boogeymen hiding. And remember what will happen to the Seattle Housing Authority. They'll pretend there's nobody in the wall in your wrist away, and they'll just find somebody who looks like you. And remember, I don't eat meat, so I miss a lot of nutrients, and I'm very ill. Slices of meat won't be fall apart. And they will in school. That's the nice way to put it. There's a bum chanting about Englishmen. There's a woman walking the floor. I think it's, I don't know. Just for her. Adult child. There's a bum playing here to text with my men. These bums like to falsify relationships. There is no texting with anyone in Washington. They are all terrible zombies and nobody's interested. As part of the genocide, a lot of these people have taken over emails and other accounts, including Google. Person outside my actually talking to me is pretty error because it is I-5. Everybody in Washington used to talk to their digital friend. No, these are sacred, so your threads are not nice. They will talk you through. One of the morons in the behind the closet is tempting about a phone bill that doesn't exist. Common, all the morons have been exploiting over things that don't exist, or that they have nothing to do. Rather than ugly welfare mail have anything to do with a phone bill. One of the bumps is chanting, ironically, thickly. What have you done to me? They had everything looking so innocent. He means because they were able to hide their phones. Remember, they're retardants. You are logic. One of them is chanting, have everything logic. You are logic. They're interlocked. They like to play with rotted corpses even, and to eat them, even rotten. They wanted to hide the fact that we're selfies. They're playing blah 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 even if you do. There are more instances. He's a retardo on welfare. So basically, I could walk out the door and you've got 150,000 lunatics playing cops. Why? Because the dirty cops left them. So did the dirty FBI. And it's a guarantee they're all morons. Yes. Get those persons right back out. So I drank the rest of my coffee, sort of drinking it, and that's there. chanting. This is often a tangent. It says, I guess the Guthrie is a Mexican totally. So Mexican, and then there'd be a semicolon, and he's saying Guthrie. Again, the Guthrie is a Mexican. Someone he doesn't know it. Put a semicolon in there. Guthrie. And guess what? That retard chanting, just like the retarded hooker earlier, they're the ones that the cops get close to, and they covered up the record. That's who the oh, and there's a van snuck by, white, snub nose. Very important because these bums will also do kidnappings in white vans, and there were a lot of threats, and that was probably possibly one of the vehicles that they thought they used as well. And it was a small, weird van, and it had some numbers on the back. I didn't have a traffic cam set up. That area is hard because too many phones. And will smash the tower. So the phones got smashed. I've got different glass. I've got the sort of more resistant glass on the cheap phones. And Ford just said you'll buy it for us. Am I going to give my phones up? No. She's going to face a SWAT team if she demands my phone, and I'll make sure of it. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're ugly shit-tards. And you're going to get the building shut down, you're going to get everybody who works here arrested. That's your answer, ugly bitch. Am I going to listen to a turd woman telling me what to do? No. She's a nobody, she's nothing. She is a turd woman. So, I should have had traffic cams so you could see this little white thing. So snub nose, like not a pointed nose, but snub, but an oddly white band. Small, and then this nose coat the area of the front. I should wash my hands because I'm touching electric. And not like you want your electrical to be covered in peanut butter. So remember, I'll go down with the ship and there will be points. Let's do, including when a whore in public tries to demand my phone or a bump, I'll try to capture live footage with that person having the camera stuck in their face. Don't try this at home. I have no other recourse. We took the 911 away from white looking white, semi-form severe European. There's a bum chanting Mr. or Master. Remember, these are all morons. And they're slaves. And they're like that thing speaking thickly. You can't even imagine how retarded it is. But it's that's all of Washington. Melissa is here, and she's an imbecile that was presented as normal or even smart or talented. And from what I hear, possibly between 700 and 800 women lost their lives, and they obscured their identity under Melissa Utt. And one of the bums is playing helping you. And I have to put something so it's away from the heater. We shouldn't even have the rub. I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol. I don't want that near the heater. I don't want the matches near the heater. Why? Well, in this place, the electricity is so faulty. And so it's not like you want to have things near a heater, like matches or anything else. Like I said, if you see me moving my hands or my face very blank cursing. Not listening to shit-ass clones. Remember, they're total retarders. There is nobody, and there's constant chanting, constant threats by retardos. There's an ugly Hispanic male also in 207. He's making threats. And if you want to know what he's threatening about, remember they're psychotic fucking freaks. He's an ugly male, he's pale, he's grown a mustache lately. He's very psychotic. He thought he was being filmed as he moved purposely, it seemed, into the range of the camera. I'd actually been filming the pharmacy. He's a very plain male, pale. He's 5'8". He hangs out at 207. Remember, they're fairly confident about going up and down in the crawl space, so you'll never know who they are or what they're doing. Including if they kidnap you to 207. And 208. 208. I'm getting confused. I'm distracted. I'm in 208, he's in 207. So, and they do have the trap door between, so he's very confident that his guests could even, use the crawl space to this apartment, go to his apartment. Nobody would ever know what's happening. Well, what it tells me is that regardless of his guests getting busted, you bust him. That's what it tells me that you should do. So somebody shoots me through the wall, and it apparently comes from 207. They would hide a crawl space, and they would hide the crime. In fact, my grotesque family members are part of the problem. And so there's constant recharge chanting, and it sounds almost mechanical. The bombs are so retarded, and there's nothing left of their brain. There's a whore, then she went off into a tangent. She's playing empty you, and she's playing as usual. You will listen to this, and I heard either a bird or an animal of some sort besides a bird screaming. It was sad. It was a bird scream. Put her in the body of the bird, put everybody in the bodies of their victims in Washington. So these shit-ass morons even destroyed my solace in Gordonsville Lake. They've actually followed me and threatened birds and other wildlife, and these shit-ass morons will drug them or capture them, probably by feeding them and drugging them, like the guy in Psycho. It's the original one, and then they drag them off and they tear at them, and that includes crows, geese, probably the other ones. They've also taken people naked that have zoos. Now remember, even if that sounds impossible to believe, remember there is that quote exotic meat at the market. It was called Dan and Joe's Exotic Meats. Dan and Joe's, when they serve exotic meats, is around the corner. And so I believe they killed people that had zoos and taken their animals. Also, there's obviously somebody who's breeding tigers to be eaten and other odd animals. And if you don't believe it, look up Dan and Joe's Exotic Meats. It's at the Pike Place Market. You can call. Not that I'm advertising it, but I'm telling you it's. So if I'm telling you that they've had animals sacrificed that you wouldn't believe here, including ponies, it makes sense. Not that I'm justifying the crime. It doesn't sound as crazy and concocted if you realize there are bums eating exotic meat. So it's probably linking to Dan and Joe's, and these freaks will eat anything. It's not just Asian people, but it's just about all the Satanists. And anyone pretending that they are a vegetarian, that's what it is. It's pretending there are no vegetarians or vegans in Washington. They are all cannibal zombies. There's a bum playing here. Listen to me. La 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 la. And he's playing, I'm so magical, I'm convincing that we will listen to me. I'm going to listen to him, and I just heard another cat. So you need to get rid of breeders. They are breeding many animals. I just heard a whore in the hall. Possibly a hooker in the hall with a chain. Am I going to listen? Am I going to go off with some black Nazi cunt with a chain? No. I'm going to take the chain, and she's not going to be very happy. Just suffice it to say, she's not going to be a happy kid. There's a whore playing, you're going to spend all day behind a wall. What would they want you doing behind a wall? Torturing animals and people. Pretty fucking stupid. You don't want to put a weapon in my hand, dead reaper bitch. Because it won't be the animal that gets it. Moron bitch. And I will tell you that this is really a black Nazi-run state. And to consist of bums who will cater to them. And that's why you have so many morons. You also have morons that have made decisions about who will live or die. And remember, when you have morons making decisions, you end up with more morons. So like I said, if you see me grit my teeth, making my hands go a certain way, what am I doing? I'm cursing. It's also important to pray. And remember, there's always an ambush plot from 207, and they just think they can go back through the door. They'd be farther down the hall or wherever. No, but I can't chop through a wall to get to them. I'd be the one arrested. And remember, the black Nazis are the worst of the worst. They're the worst child molesters. They are lewd cannibals. They are the worst rapists, along with anybody in them. And remember, my family members were nothing more than secret black Nazis. One of them next door is chanting about "get your blood." They're playing "Get the best, have you under submission." And a black whore is talking below about how they're going to ambush in the hall. It's a black Nazi hooker bitch. Carla Logston is with her, and they're playing trim, as in cut me. You think I'm going to let the bitch get away with it? They're playing policy. Remember, these are retardos that thought they could rule. She's a retardo hooker in 207. She's a dirty retardo hooker. And there's a whore playing brands. You think I'm going to let a dirty black Nazi or anybody else get away with that? Am I going to make it so she's shot by cops? So I'm going to get ready as I usually do. And yes, I probably at one point will have to face an ambush. I have before. A couple black Nazis off and on. And remember, they're ugly boogie men. And they're boogie women. And nobody would be seen with them. They stink and they're ugly. And they're retarded. And remember, I'm not white, but even if I were, I'd have the right to talk about ugly, stinky black Nazis. They talk about whites, why can't you talk about them? Oh, and I can't find my toothpaste. Oh, here it is. It's just so small. Oh, and I should make a list. Because I don't want to forget my toothpaste today somewhere. Remember, these are ugly freaks. Oh, and then whore just threatened to infect me with hepatitis. And she's in 207, and the whore has threatened me with hepatitis. So there's a whore in 207. It's a dirty black Nazi hoe, and she's threatened to infect me with hepatitis. This is typical of the morons. So you've got monkeys with your fate in their hands. Absolute ugly monkeys. Admit they're not even human. That's why they went after whites and white-looking and Semite and warm-skinned Europeans. So the ugly whore in 207 is threatening to infect people with hepatitis. A whore in 207 is It's a black Nazi maggot. It's probably that ugly crypt thing. It's the ugly crypt that is the girlfriend of Officer Rob Howard. So Officer Rob Howard's ugly black Nazi cunt girlfriend is threatening with hepatitis infections. Maybe the ugly dog even has it. That's what's happened. I wouldn't go anywhere if I were a fish. Remember, the ugly thing is a crypt. She's repulsive. She licks snot and has greasy lips and drools while she's eating and smacks. Oh, I forgot to say she smacks her cow lips. She's not fat, but she's ugly. Bulging eyes. Repulsive. She's retarded. But remember, ugly, repulsive retard took over in Washington. Why did I turn out the lights here? Because I'm going to be dressing, but I just went over and I doing a list. Back at you, Morph. I better turn around. I touched my phone at the window, so that went off actually. But I'm going to turn it around the camera. That's what I was doing, and the alarm went off. There's a big minivan. I don't know if it rolled by or went into the building. It's silver, charcoal silver, or just silver, like a dull silver rather. And I think it went into the building. Remember, these pores and shit stains will literally try everything to kidnap you. Also, if it's not a kidnapping vehicle and you're being menaced, it can be people coming in to kick down the door or ambush you. Ambush in the hall might have just driven by or driven in. It's like a silver minivan. And there's a horror playing, blah, 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 policeman, blah, 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 blah. So who's dispatching police and threatening people? Whores and other shit stains in Washington are using the police against someone innocent. And remember, that ugly whore is so ugly, she has to threaten people with an assault rifle, and they still wouldn't hang out with the ugly whore. And pretend or let her in. She's that ugly, that retarded, that repulsive. And she is the boogeyman. She's just a grotesque boogeyman. That's all she is. She's a boogeyman. And they're playing whip. And so these blacks thought that they could whip people, take their finger, make you let them in, let them rape you, including right from 207. So all those voices, it's not TV. So even if you try to play TV, you can't. The door has shaken and been pounded on right after threats from 207. So there are no legitimate black-white relationships in Washington where anybody He's tall, he's ugly too. But the condo people are not innocent either, and you realize they probably moved in on dead bodies, or they're driving around and living off of dead people's credit, or tortured people. Just that's why and the ugly whore. What is it that an ugly whore would want an apartment so badly for? Well, it's they're Satanists, so they want to have a hidden space. They also want to commit crimes and have a hidden space and do the Satanism. I mean, not Satanism is a crime too, but like they could do money laundering, they could do child molester trade here if you let them. They'd love to have you holding the bag where you're Igor, I call it. So the black Nazi shit asses and the other shit asses in Washington, they want Igors. They're looking for Igors. And there's a bum chanting panties down. They also want a water source, a heat source, of course, to get comfortable. Water source. They like to do a lot of butchering. They like to collect blood and other fluids. They also have a ritualistic rinsing that they play, but they want a stove and a refrigerator. So the ugly black bitch that goes to Elizabeth Gregory home, she wants all of that. And they love to have a slave, so they'll often play hotel. And they're playing, so the black Nazis, when you hear them giggling about hotels or scum that are affiliated with them, they're not necessarily hotels, they're people's apartments they sought or kicked their way into, or it's somebody they drugged, or forced, or coerced, or even rewarded. Usually, if they rewarded it, obviously it would be in with them. But they want to make you look like you're in with them and absolutely start blackmailing you, so you're so fearful, you're cut off, and every which way you are accused of a crime, including by the dirty cops. And once you're accused by the dirty cops, they think that you'll cave into their demands because you're going to be so afraid of getting arrested and committed. Remember, these are ugly morons. There is nothing left of the ugly moron. And there never was anything left of the ugly moron anyway. I mean, she's ugly, she stinks, she's retarded, she's many generations addict, retard. There is nothing left of the ugly thing. She's retarded. They're playing violent, they're chanting, going blah blah with each other. So remember, the false relationship with an ugly, scummy, retarded ass bitch, they want you to look like you're their friend. Remember, she stinks, she's ugly, she has nothing to offer anybody. She's retarded. So there's no reason for an ugly black Nazi moron to be near me. There's no reason for any Mongoloids to be near me. And even bums that talk to me at, like, the Wallingford Food Bank, does it mean I'd hang out with them? No. Like Teresa, she looks retarded. But I'm not her friend just because she talks to me at the food bank. There's nothing left of her. She comes here, I've heard her. She is an ugly retardo. What does Teresa look like? She's ugly, grotesque, and she is blonde, and she has blue eyes. I don't give a fuck what color they are. I don't want them. And the black Nazis and the other scum that went in with them, They like repulsive. They like retarded because it doesn't threaten them. Also, they lack discernment, quite frankly, of who's nice or normal. Including my family, they don't have that discernment, so there's nobody normal looking. There's a bum, and Michael Tedhope is playing blah, 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 blah. Not listening. Not listening to anyone. I don't need my toothbrush in the bathroom. I just had to wash it off a little bit because I dropped it on the dirty floor with some other water or soap. Grossness. I'll be right back. I had to super arm the alarm to use the restroom. Chanting satanically, they were chanting threats. There was also a discussion about getting a bow. What kind of bow? Like a bow and arrow. And so they told one of their counterparts in the building, remember Officer Howard is linking to illegal weaponry, so are the other dirty cops I've mentioned. Roger is here chanting and threatening, and he was bemoaning the fact they used to be able to just call the police. Nobody else got this far in reporting people. And, by the way, anyone reporting them, they were also, remember, destroyed by the "you're crazy, you're evil" game. And that is why the dirty cops and the other morons involved in Washington's genocide, they love people of color. Why? They can scream racism to cover up various crimes. And I have to go plunge the toilet. swords. I've seen them carrying swords, most likely, in the sheep. There's a retardo that's involved. He's actually followed me to Fred Meyer. And then he made it clear he was following me as he followed me to another department. He is a retardo man. He is ugly. This is the kind of ugly vagina face, I call him, that bums will pretend is your boyfriend. I don't know if you saw it, because I was trying to use the back of the camera. Uh-oh, now it's split screen. And look at how time-consuming just keeping cameras and other devices maintained is. Plus, the toilet never works. The electricity never works. The sink can get clogged. I don't even use it, but it can get clogged. Oh, what do I use it for? Well, water dumps down it. Might dump some milk or coffee down it. I should actually dump it in the toilet. It can't be trusted, but the toilet can't be trusted. So it was pretty close. The toilet was pretty close to overrunning today. And I will inform you that after I was possibly poisoned at Elizabeth Gregory home and I projectile vomited on video, I kept calling and calling for my toilet to be fixed, and then they finally showed up. But that was after I got conjured. So that by the time they were going to show up, it's like, well, I'd already bought a plunger and I punched it. And normally I would have had a plunger when I moved in, but when you're driven out of house and home and you have your stuff in storage, and, well, you know, it's not the same anymore. And there's a whore calling me Linda. Remember, they like to obscure the victim. My name is not Linda, and people are on scams, including at Aurora DSC, playing Linda Guthrie. So, the ugliest movie picture, ugly freaks follow you around like it's your boyfriend, and they're so retarded they can't even burble. They sound like sewage burbling. My toilet sounds better than they do. And it's, you know, clogged half the time. Flushes by itself, though. So, if, you know, and remember, even if you try to say, oh, you're a Nazi, well, you're a retard because I'm actually part black, and even if I weren't, I'd have the right to talk about ugly black morons trying to kill whites, or Semites, or warm-skinned Europeans, or white-looking, wouldn't I? And you're a retard if you believe I don't. So I don't give a damn about your... Oh, and Kathy Cox is standing in 207 making threats. Remember, she's a dirty, smelly heroin addict. And she's grotesque. She's retarded. She has no brain left anyway. She is a retarded zombie lunatic. She has nothing to talk about with anybody. So there is no reason for her to even talk about or talk to me, even through 207, and she did have an anti-harassment order against her. She is nothing. I had to move something away from the heat just now. I'm putting matches. I don't even like candles near the heat because the electricity is bad. I'm going to super arm the alarm as I get ready for the day. Why? Well, if someone breaks in, you can't wave your arms wildly without the alarm going off. But remember, there is nobody in Washington. And I should have gotten something. What do I mean there's nobody in Washington? Well, there's nobody to call. And the dirty police will try to fake even people kicking in your door. You're just crazy. And they have retardos like Kathy Cox acting like they're the police. She and a couple of my relatives, they're in the gangs together. Remember, there's collusion. I keep trying to, oh, there's a bum playing family bills. There is no family bills. There is no family. And they're playing family bills. Oh, I'm so smart. I'm playing family. I can kidnap her playing family. I can extort from and I can give her illegal operations and rape her. Yesterday they were playing raped for family. Raped for family. And who plays that? Well, they also do mixing and merging, real retard cousins and other retard family members. Actually allowed the gang members, including ugly black Nazi males that wanted to drag me off, to play family. And Kathy Cox is actually hid at Roosevelt Self-Storage, and she psychotically stated, "I'm with your family. You will do what I say." I don't have a family. And you know what? If I did have a family and they acted like the pukes around me, they would have been gone the first day. But they didn't play their... I will tell you something, even if you tried to pretend I was psychotic about my family. Well, the thing is, and I have to now wash a lid off rubbing alcohol, don't see. If you try to portray that I'm psychotic, I think I'm just going to give up that thing. I'm not even interested in the lid. That sink is so filthy. I think that's just gone. Yeah. I'll just use it. But I need to keep this phone charged, by the way. Anyway, so these people acted like they were industrious in my family. We did have the gross hillbillies that you knew weren't industrious. But Don and Larry Blackmer, Melissa Udd acted as though they were industrious people. They weren't. They're retardos. They're absolute retarded people. There is nothing to them. They're freaks. They're gross. They're playing vanilla, blah, 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 instant, blah, blah, blah. Incidentally, they want vanilla, blah, 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 blah. La 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 la. Just it goes on and on. Blah 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 blah. Perfume. Blah blah. You're gonna buy it. Go to the store and buy a bottle of perfume. Blah blah. I'm a bitch. Blah blah blah. That's what I hear when I hear zombies. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Oh, and one of them is claiming I gave the key to her. Remember? They also like to play, "You're not you, we scratched you. You were pretty." You're not you. You used to be feminine. I'm grabbing your apartment. I'm the real you. Oh, who is it? It's a bitch with 800 identities. La 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 la. Oh, the siren going by. Now what's that used for here? A kidnapping. Oh, I hear a siren. Oh, hurry! Hurry! Run! Ooh, get that ambush in the hall going too. You're so believable. Oh, the false professional rooms. Oh dear. Isn't that believable? Especially with morons that aren't even anybody and never have been anybody. I'll tell you, my toothpaste tastes like soap. La 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 la. What's that? That's all I hear. But it's more like la 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 la. It's more repulsive. And a horse playing on film. They like to taunt you and also blackmail you about illegal surveillance. Ooh, their evidence. Remember, it's a crack code. Remember, no policeman is with it in Washington. There is no evidence. There is no 911 unless you're a gross zombie. There is no 911. They're crack whores too. They come here or wherever. One of the ruses they'll cook up, by the way, is that you were in the hallway or outside live. Silver vehicle just came in, like a Jeep. Modern, dull silver. Didn't see it go around. They're playing bottom to you. Well, you're the dog turd, then they like to play dog. You're the turd. There's a bum chanting about Jesus. Remember, these are Satanists. They don't even have the right to put the word Jesus in their mouths. There's a whore playing married them. So remember, they've also falsified records to include falsified marriages that went as far as the courthouse. They also like to play priest, including real police that play you're going to marry someone. A priest marrying you is not even legal. It's only legal in the courthouse. If it goes to the courthouse, that shows you the corruption. If they don't use the courthouse, it also shows you how retarded they are, thinking that it sounds like it's illegal. So they're showing you corruption, and nobody's left. Nobody's home. That's dirty cops, too. What's another one they like to play? Terrorizing you with a priest that's actually a gay member zombie, playing exorcism. So you let him in, and he'd torture you, take your blood even. You'd never, nobody would ever know. Sure, it's a child molester, it's a rapist, it's a torturer, murderer, it's a slaver. They're in on illegal marriages, they're thieves, they're in on the kidney trade, but you'll never suspect a priest that reeks of blood. I call the Catholic Archdiocese. Josephinum, downtown. A sort of maroon, refractive station wagon type just went by. It went out of here. Maroon. There's a bum still chanting, you owe money, you do. I woke up 14 years ago, all these retards were playing, you owe money. Retard on the street would say, here, write me a check. Do you listen? Are you Santa Claus to every gang member or any? No, we don't get wrapped up. We get them on a gurney. We get them arrested, we take them. You can round them up for being mentally ill. And the retardos playing, it's on police report. So remember, they're psychopaths on police report, you're going on report, there's a warrant for you. They're retardos. They need to be rounded up. Even the police standing illegally with a batch of fours saying you have a warrant. You need to round those terrorists up. They're uncontrollable. And there's nothing left of them. And I should move this so you don't see me changing. I'm going to position this. There's a whore yapping. And they spend a lot of their times yapping. So whether it's yapping a curse or a threat or Satanism, they think they're magical. They're playing your purse for your meal. And remember, the dirty black Nazis and other scum in with them will even threaten people at food banks. When I was sick, I'd gone to a food bank, and then bums threatened me from Friday till Tuesday over the food bank. I think I went out Saturday or Sunday, but they threatened me absolutely the whole time over the food bank. And the dirty black Nazi rapist males were playing raped for food, and you're coming with me, I'm going to brand you, and you're going to suck it over and over at the food bank. So you need to see that shit. And you will then help me. You call the president, you get these things rounded up. And a good place to start would be black Nazis, including my own family. And then you get everybody else after that. Black Nazis, Hispanic Nazis, Asian Nazis, Native American Nazis. Do not, though, be fooled by white in Washington. Or white looking. They're no good either. One of the whores is yapping, Lisa, blah, 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 blah. That whore is Michael Benjamin Davis Wood's mother. Now, they are indigents. He brings his cousins. I've mentioned their names. David and Ivana Hill. He brings some of their friends, like Matt Diaz, and a cousin, Aaron Wood. They were here. They had told me they were very desperate. They needed a place to stay because they were staying in I heard two different stories. Residence Inn, hotel, motel. And I heard they'd been kicked out and they wouldn't accept money from them. And the person wasn't happy because they hadn't paid their rent. And he kept asking me for help, and then I wouldn't hear from him. And I'd stayed with him. But I kept hearing from him, and then finally, by the time he supposedly did need help, when he arrived, he and his mother were psychopaths. And he made it clear, he looked very grim, and he did not thank me for letting them in. And his purpose of arrival became evident, including to threaten me and tell me what to do. And I believe they drugged me, and I caught him sneaking around, trying to bypass the alarm, and he has since bragged that he has used the alarm to break in. And remember, if someone is on illegal surveillance, and he wasn't allowed to have the code or know it, but remember, ADT is no good either. And so if you can awaken with a shoe print on you and the alarm off set quite a few times in the middle of the night, you know ADT isn't good. There's a horde chanting, opening your panties. That is a good reason to destroy zombies. Now, this opening your panties crap, I believe it is a product of the very foulest DNA. It's sort of like people with very foul DNA, just like a virus, they want to propagate it. So they're trying to propagate the disease. And there's a whore playing somebody is putting on a condom, so it's a whore in 207 making a rape threat. Whether she slithers down or not, out of 207, she is making a rape threat in 207. And so they literally will terrorize you with males that will come out of nowhere with erections. And the zombie male needs to be destroyed. They are ugly boogeymen. Nobody wants their erections. Literally. And they're playing once in a while oral then. That's one of the dog things chanting. It's like being surrounded by evil, yapping, repellent, and possessed jackals in a movie. yapping, and they can't get their minds out of their genital area, and they're very repulsive. The uglier they are, the fatter, the more retarded, the more they want their genitals touched. They want to touch their genitals. That's all they talk about. So, you know, the scenario of the male with the erection is very prevalent in Washington. There is a white van, 6244170. It's Impact Properties, part of Seattle Housing Authority. So, sort of a large white van. And would you like to know who's hiding in 207? Or around? Slinking around from his office, James Suarez. Ugly, he looks like South Park. Head, very popular in Washington. The melon head, from the head, fat body, ugly as sin. He looks like he's part black, part Hispanic. He's task whatever he is. And that he has, if you hear him on camera, if you hear shouting, he has kind of a high, hysterical voice. He's not the only one. It doesn't sound like some of them. Oh, there's a truck coming in, Diversified Northwest Beach. It has tools and a long orange cable thing. Like probably a school. I wasn't really looking, it was back. Guy in green, remember, arrests, people coming in, people driving by. There's a sort of gas hog, laser thing. Looks like it's teal gray. It's a weird color. It's got two cancer signs on it. It's got flashing lights on the top, like a rack of lights. And a person with a green arm signaling, green jacket. And it's got the pink and the yellow cancer ribbon things. And the other truck, they're having a backup problem. C9306OC. That's the Diversified Northwest, and they have signs and they have cable, including a stop sign. They have a weird mechanism on their truck over the cab. It looks like a table, but obviously it's not a table. It could be a sign of some sort, like just a sign that is on the truck. I don't know. It's some kind of equipment. It's black. It looks almost like a solar thing. I know it's not though. Solar anyway. It's raining. That's why I used to laugh at solar panels in the 60s. It's like, haha, it rains here. I mean, you're a kid. How do you know? 70s. It's like, yeah, solar, huh? It's raining. You're crazy. Yeah. And I will note that 207 stinks of foul bodily products. They like to cut up corpses as they yap. And remember, they also think they're very magical, including over the victim they're threatening. If they yap and torture or cut up and play with body parts. Remember, they are foul retardos. You know how retarded they are. I'm still fiddling around with the battery. And I'll tell you, these bums prove that they have people on illegal surveillance. They will attempt to break in while people are in showers. And what was part of the goal of the dirty retard monster, including the black Nazis? The goal was to make the ugly retards look like they were the smart people. So how would that be done? Well, let's say if you couldn't take a bath or a shower because you'd get burned, and that happened to white, Semite, and warm-skinned European, or you would be attacked. People would cut off your door. This happened in Gilman Place Apartments where Kathy lived. She was stalking me. And also, this happened in Aurora, DSC. You take a shower, people thudding. I don't even deal with the shower. It's a death trap. There are trap doors. I've seen the bed shake on video and I've heard thuds. And I also watched the phone smash down. Oh, and one of them is chanting psychotically, Englishmen will remove your case. Remember, these retards also will do whatever they can to take away your survival. So I'm usually threatened even imperiously by scum on the bus. Even scummy whores, and they're fairly confident that you'll give up your suitcase because even the scummy 4.5 foot tall whore thinks, well, I'll just have Mr. 6 foot tall guy threaten her at the next bus stop. And if she doesn't give it up, I'll have her beaten or slashed. So when a 4 foot, so did you hear that? And I'm still setting up one of my phones. When you have even a 4.5 foot tall woman threatening you, remember she's confident and it's telling you basically she either has a weapon or she has somebody who's bigger, maybe several somebodies, at the next location, including at the bus stop or coming on the bus even. Big one. Big crime scenario. Sort of a formula. So 4 foot tall person, 5 foot tall, even someone very feminine, appearing, and you think, oh, well, how could she beat me up? She's either got a weapon or she's got somebody who will be at the next bus stop waiting for you. Next block. Kid threatening you. Kid will have his parents even waiting. And by the way, the floor shook underneath. There are people that, there's another truck. It's the recycling truck. 362953, possibly. It's green and white. It's either garbage or recycling. That's parked there. I possibly heard people. Oh, that was good. So it appeared I possibly set off that with a sneeze. Now, wouldn't that be? Remember, ADT is whimsical at best. You will need another system or even components to guard the ADT. Whimsical at best. And one of the biggest threats it's detected, well, apparently was my sneeze. Very reliably that sneeze, and I was over here. And what's another one? The shopping cart. You could walk around in here for 20 minutes, sees a shopping cart. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's something like Fallujah. It's like shopping cart. Uh-oh, better set off. So ADT is not good, and also there are ADT criminals that work for ADT that actually come here. They are cannibal zombies. They are involved in giving out people's codes, including the Pulse code. What is Pulse? That is the application that is available for your phone. I assume it would be available for a computer or laptop as well. It sounds good, doesn't it? Oh, and one of the retards in 207 said, oh my God, ruined the whole thing. Oh. Oh my God, ruined the whole thing. Remember, these are not smart. These are not anybody. These are gross freaks, gross, ugly freaks. And it's like they were hand-chosen for being as ugly and retarded as possible. And why, again, ugly and retarded? Well, that's all the ugly retards could stand. It's all the morons could handle. And even if you can't hear me, remember it's been heard on Periscope. Remember I have a heater going, which I can turn off now, except to kind of dry off. Got the oven on, and remember, even in the midst of hell, you have to have safety first. You don't want to start a fire. So I moved things around the apartment because remember the heater exploded. So it's like, yeah, I might have something for a barbecue outside and some matches and candles too for in case of a storm. But it's got to be moved around so it's not near this heater or, oh gosh, that outlet's acting funny. I better move it around again. There's a whore playing blah, 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 wants you. So what you're going to have to realize is you need to cut through the crap. So you've got a moron. She's imbecile level. And she is a retard. And remember, it's the retards that are such imbeciles that are going down with the ship in the, way of evil. And it's the retard who won't give up, basically. She's a sick, ugly retard, and it was covered up. Whether it's, my niece or whether it's whomever. It's a sick, ugly retard, and that's what's left. It's a shit-ass moron, and it was covered up for. So anything of Washington is now up for questioning, including scholastic records. You have only to look at my grand half-niece thing, Emily Udd, and you see the look of an imbecile. You see a plain woman with nothing. But because they've killed off so many good-looking, and because the Satanists all think they're good-looking when they kill people, you see how the boogeyman aspect is tied in here? So they all think they're beautiful from the power that the rotten police gave them, but they all think they're beautiful and handsome rather too. Why? They play because they think they're going to be beautiful carving off a face. Or, and I'm sorry, I came out of the area, I breached an area. And she's playing police scarred. So the ugly imbecile thing, and by the way, that other ugly imbecile, the crack, whore, heroin thing, heroin hag, boof buddy, or not boof buddy, but whatever, of Officer Howard. And sometimes I think it's a male, that ugly thing, by the way. She looks like a male. But anyway, that thing has been covered up for. The other things have been covered up for. Remember, they also have no competition. There's nobody left. Somebody with a hoodie is coming this direction. I'm about to put my socks on in the middle of hell. Remember, these are ugly retardos. Never forget they are ugly retardos. And then there's a bum yapping, I'm going to have somebody seuss me. Now, when you have people that steal identities, and when they have this magical belief system that they're going to be more magical, subtitling the victim. What is the moron attempting to do? The moron is actually, you know, I don't have this near the heater because I won't wash my feet. The moron is playing blah, 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 me. Whether it's blah, 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 kill, and then the word me, they play it. And they absolutely think that's the cleverest satanic game. They play it in the visible too. Remember, there's usually an echo, visible, invisible. And so the bums playing this morning, one of them said, "Are you sure you have the right to give permission for Lisa Guthrie?" "Oh, absolutely." And then he went off into a tangent, you know, the guy who gave the permission. "Yeah, she wants an operation. She wants people to hurt her." Does that show you about Washington? She wants people to throw glass on her. She wants them to threaten her. Actually, would I want them to threaten me? No. But you get to a point, it's like, try something, bitch. Don't try to succumb. You get to a point, then also you can put it on the camera. Threaten me on camera, honey. So does that tell you that there is nothing left of Washington? It's like the prostitute game. You rape somebody, you gang rape them, then you play prostitute and boyfriend about an ugly black Nazi or some other retard. He stinks of urine and fecal. He has a toilet lid mouth. He has nothing to talk about. Oh, there's a bum talking about a sidearm. And he sounds like a possessed dog that is now worth from a movie or evil cartoon. And I think it's an ugly fat-ass maggot from Aurora DSC with a beard. Medium tan complexion, wears shorts a lot, big fat belly, big like rounded melon head that's very popular in Washington. The retards picked that for you to survive. They thought it was quite good looking, actually. Oh, and I hear that my skanky retard sister had sex with that thing. And remember, monogamy in a gang? How? How? They rape people all the time. And it smells like greasy, unfortunate, tortured dog as I leave. So that, if I think about it, I could actually tune in to the dog's pain, I could vomit, and I could lose it. So I have to stay sort of calm, not emotional. I can lose my temper, I can do mockery, but I can't tune in to crying and getting hysterical, or I've lost it. And then I could throw up or faint, and that's not helpful to me to throw up. And remember, I have trouble eating sometimes. I have asthma, allergies, chemical sensitivities, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia. I have bleeding ulcers. Sometimes I've turned away in pain from the camera. I can't swallow. I haven't admitted it, and it's a horrible feeling. And I don't eat meat for a reason, because I'm not going to eat that poor tortured dog or that poor tortured person. Even if I don't like that person, I'm not interested in eating people, that's for damn sure, or dogs, or cats, or bunnies, or tigers, or horses, or anybody else, except fish, which I feel kind of guilty about. There's a whore yapping in the closet, and one of the retards that was chanting has climbed up. That's the big fat lard ass from Aurora DSC. And remember, Washington State thought that that ugly pig man is good looking. He looks like a jello body. But it looks normal in Washington. All of your relatives or ancestors were done once you fucked with me, bitch. They were. That's what he just asked. Once you fucked with me, big man, No holds barred. Remember, they cursed the spirit world too. So, spirit world cursed them. They cursed God. They think they're above God. They like to play games. I've talked about this before. What kind of games? Oh, God by numbers. What does that mean? So, basically, karma. And so your karma is being arranged by shit-ass morons like Pigman and the ugly slut that screws Officer Howard. And so literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of retards are following you around. You don't tell me what to do, Pigman. You're going down. You are a pigman. Nobody's going to listen to Pig. Why don't you jump in a pig carcass? All of you. They get eaten by other zombies. So you don't want to feed people to people. You don't want to make more zombies. So when you curse, be mindful of curses where you don't want to make more zombies. Even his relatives, you're not making them into to zombies. They already are. It's guaranteed. Satan invaded and they took it. Acted like they were giving their relatives a gift. Oh, if you do this, you'll live eternally, you'll be beautiful. Everybody will think you're an angel. Yep, and your ancestors are gone once you fucked with me. That first particle of glass and that first poisoning, bye-bye granny. Bye-bye grandpa. All the way back, bitch. Gone, bitch. Cry. And remember, they've killed families. They've tortured families. They think they can have love after that. No woman would ever have wanted you. And part of the reason why you went. You're a sick fucking freak. There's a weird smell, like not quite sweet. They're possibly freebasing. It's got a weird smell on top of it. And that'll make me sick. So I'm going to turn on the exhaust and get the hell out of here within the next 20 minutes. There's a $4-point phone bill that doesn't exist. They might even have people chained. I'm not listening to you. And you can't blackmail me about some whore that's a zombie. And you're all whores and bums, and I don't give a rat's ass. In fact, the rat's more important than any of you. The rat is more important than my mother's side. The rat is more important than any zombie. Why is the rat more important? Well, the rat is life, at least. It might be stanky, it might be a vermin, but so are these. And they're from the devil. Not listening. You have a white, shiny face. You're a zombie. You're still not. And with zombies, you're a zombie. Ugly fucking. Not listening. No, nobody's listening. Nobody wants you. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you. There's a trailer, camper, ugly, rust and white, older camper. With a truck. Green, the slash. 1980s. at best. I'm putting Vicks in my nose. My God, get out of the camera range. Camera! Oh, and there's a warplane. We're going to have somebody waiting outside, shooting. So they're making an ambush plot, and I can hear it drifting up from this maintenance area, but nobody will admit they use. We're going to, so there's a plot to have a bomb hold my hand. So there's a kidnapping plot. Remember, there's nobody in Washington you want holding your fucking hand. They're dogs. You want it ugly. I'm acknowledging they're ugly. And I'll tell you, some of these retard black Nazis and the bums in with them, they had a certain amount of bites, sort of, that they move around in other identities too, like they're big, smart people doing this. So nobody would notice they killed whites. Oh yeah, we have white. See, they're right there. Or white looking, operative word. So brilliant. But guess what? Can you guess? Can you guess something about? Can you guess? A lot of them have the same look over and over, and they're retarded and repulsive. And if they don't look repulsive by their face, they're going to show you they're repulsive. They're going to show you they're a zombie. Very quick. And it's a very short trip, hopefully, for them to look more repulsive. Why? You don't want them looking like that. These are things that eat people. And that old lady Vicks use, well, that is, it smells better in here. It certainly smells better than the zombie. And I can't find my brush. Do I really care? No, I'm kind of dizzy from the smell of probable freebase that they're doing. Oh, and there's a bum playing, I have her aura. Aura. Ooh, and they're whispering in the camera because they're all cracked. And they all have crack shattered nerves. Remember, when people shriek, it breaks their nerves too. Blink. La la. Crack shattered nerves. Crack shattered nerves? Where? In this building? Oh, and someone's got a gun and they're playing Patrol instantly. And it's a revolver. And that's in the kitchen of 207. So they're playing with more guns in 207. And then they're playing Digiman. Crack shattered nerves? Where? Where's the crack shattered nerves? Crack shattered nerves? Now, what I've seen also, a lot of these people are so obsessed with being a cannibal zombie, they're not sleeping. They thought they'd be superhuman, chopping people up in walls all night long. So you're going to see a lot of these bums sleeping in the day. So a lot of day sleepers in Washington, and a lot of them will tell you they're going off to work. Where are they actually going? They're going into places like Roosevelt Self-Storage, and they're chopping up animals and people. And there's a bum playing cracker, blah, 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 I'm not listening, fuck yourself, bitch. You're a scumbag, nobody likes you. If you're ugly, it's guaranteed. Even through the wall, I can see that you're ugly. It's been told already. I can see that you're retarded. So, I have to be careful, that's why I drink coffee. It's like looking out on greatness. Plus, I have to maintain control. I am feeling a bit dizzy. And remember, I have asthma, allergies, chemical sensitivities, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, bleeding ulcers, and it goes on. And so I have to maintain control and just kind of take a breath of air when I get outside. And there's a horror playing Hawk on, blah, blah, blah. That is an ugly, indigent male from Roosevelt Self-Storage. There was a prostitute on the bus with a curly wig, blonde. She was nasty. She had nasty teeth. I don't know what was in her dirty teeth. And the ugly thing started yapping about Hawk on. Around, cocking of gun to again. Fuck off. Fuck yourself, bitch. And you put a gun near me, I'm going to shove it up your ass, and I'm going to shoot your colon with it. Don't try this one. But I'm crazy, and I will take their weapon away if I can. I have the other recourse. You see? So, bitch, the weapon will be up your fucking ass. Bitch. So there's at least 2 crypts in 206. Oh, and the silver has a little sunroof. It's like laser Jeep. Gas hog. It went toward the lake, not the freeway. They're playing Wednesday. Do I listen to horrors playing Sue? They also like attorney. What's an attorney here? Well, that's going to be a bum that rapes you, plays, or beats you, takes your money, playing Sue. And remember, they are so psychotic. They're also going to play a version of takes over your apartment, playing Sue, rapes you, chops you up, playing Sue. What's the Sue about? Can you guess? It's a bunch of ugly bastards punishing white-looking Semites and warm Europeans, and targeting people that were pretty nice, normal, talented. So, time to get my devices in order. Must stay grounded. Do you understand? They're playing Must Grubble. Or they said something about grabbling my voice. So they thought they could pull off a scam because my voice is gravelly. They've done that before, even about, oh gosh, if I spoke in slang one time and then spoke correctly. Oh, it's not the same person. Do you see how the mind of the scammer works? And remember, these are retards. They're not even worthy of any respect. There is nobody. They're toilet paper. Really? What am I doing? Personally? There's a word chanting documents. So they play advertisement. They like to play, like I've even been approached by ugly black Nazi morons that told me that they had a document face. Does that show you that it's a moron? Does it show you there's nobody left in the state and that they're morons? So I'm maintaining my devices. And remember, these cum stains will try to threaten me for them. There's a bum chanting about hog, and they're going to get that ugly bitch arrested and committed. He's an ugly fucker from Roosevelt Self-Storage. Nobody wants him, nobody likes him. He's been told to stay 10 feet away from me, at least. And he wished that yesterday, handing me the restroom key. But I want nothing to do with the ugly bitch. It is clear. Ugly, ugly fucker. Nobody wants the bitch, nobody likes her. There's another bum talking gun, playing bills. Am I going to listen? No. You're going to end up on a SWAT team gurney. That's your answer, ugly bitch. SWAT team gurney, mental health gurney, prison gurney. Stay the fuck away, you're ugly, and nobody believes you. Including, nobody will believe my own ugly black Nazi family